All right, here we go. We're dividing fractions and whole numbers. Excellent. Uh, Here we're looking at these models, and then we're going to complete it. So let's take a look at our example here. We're taking 1/3 divided by 2. So here's my whole. Here's 1/3 of my whole. And so if I'm dividing my 1/3 of my whole, I've divided it in half here, right? So I have really I have to divide all these. I have 1/6 of my whole thing, right? 1/3 divided into 2 is 1/6. Awesome. And so now if we take 1/6 and we divide it into 3, well, here's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here are my 6 parts. And here is one of them right here. Right there, right? And I'm going to divide that into 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'm looking at just this little piece right here. But if I divide this third into 3, I have to divide all my other this 6 into 3, divide all my other 6 into 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I end up with really 18 pieces, right? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 pieces. So I have 1/18 of the whole thing shaded. And we talked about this in class, if we think about it, right, 2 times 3 is 6. That gives me my denominator here. 3 times 6 is 18. That's going to give me my denominator here. So that is when we divide by dividing up unit fractions. All right, here's my 4/5 divided by 2. And if I think about this, I can draw this. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4/5. Here are my fifths. Here are 4 of them. And if I take half of them, I end up with 2/5. All right, thinking about that. 6/7 divided by 3. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are my 7s. Here are 6 of them. And if I'm going to divide them into 3, here's 1, 2, 3 parts. So 2/7 is one of those parts. And I can kind of think about those two, right? Half of 4 is 2. That's going to be 2/5. 1/3 of 6 is 2. That's going to be 2/7, right? Now, this one gets a little bit trickier because half of 3 is 1.5, right? So that makes it a little bit weirder. But let's see if we draw a picture of this. So I need fourths, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 3 of them. I want to divide that in half. So in order to divide that in half, I have to make more pieces, right? So now I have eighths, right? So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eighths. I can divide that in half. Oh, it's just going to be 3 of them, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 on this side, 1, 2, 3 on that side. So 3/8 here is my total. And right, I can make this an equivalent fraction of 6/8, and I can take half of 6/8 as 3/8. So that's essentially what I did there. All right, and then looking at this, I can't take 1/3 of 2, so I'm going to also think about this one in this situation, right? Fifths, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5. Here are, I'm going to do this side, 2 of my fifths, and I want to divide them into 3. So I'm going to do this 1, 2, 3 thirds, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So every 2, there's 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. So I end up with 2, but now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 2/15. And if I make this denominator 15ths, and I can times 3 times 3, 6/15, and I can divide that, right? 6/15 is equal to 2/5. I can divide this into 3, and that gives me 2/15 there, right? Or I can look at finding the reciprocal. And when we take the reciprocal of just the second number. So I'm going to keep my 4/5, keep change 7 over 1 becomes 1/7. Now I'm going to multiply 4/35. Same thing over here. Keep change flip KFC. Keep it, change it, becomes 1/9. 5 times 1 is 5. 8, this is 72. 70 seconds. Same thing over here. Keep, change, flip. 8 over 9 times 1/4 equals, look, I can simplify. This is 1/2, becomes 2/9 over here. 10/11 times 1/5. Well, I can simplify. This is 1/2, 2/11 over here. Right, and we can go back up and we can do that up here, right? 4/5 time, right? We're taking half of 4/5. Here we're taking 1/3 of 2/7. Here we're taking 1/2 of 3/4, right? 1/2 of this. We're taking 1/3 of this, right? Divided by 3, taking 1/3. Same thing. Cool. All right, one last page. Same idea. We're going to draw some models. If I have 1 and I divide it into fourths, 1 divided 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 4 pieces, right? If I have 1, 2, 3, and I divide them into thirds, I have 9 pieces. If I have 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I divide them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? This is going to give me 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. I have a total of 40 pieces. And here, if I have 9 into 1/6, 9 things into 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6. Ugh, that's so, can't use it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6. If I have 9 of these, here's 6 times 9. I'm going to end up with, what is that, 54 pieces here. And it's the same type of thing, right? Keep this, change it, right? 9 into 6 pieces, 54 little pieces. Excellent. That's the end of this one. Uh-oh. All the things are out of order again. Oh no, it's just backwards. All right. Sorry. Okay, here we have Mr. Choggle's garden covers 2/5 of an acre of land. He divides the land into 4 equal sections. What fraction of an acre is each section of the garden? Well, here is his 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's his 2/5. Here's his 2/5 of an acre. If he's dividing it into 4 equal sections, let's divide those in half so we can have 1 section each, right? So we're really thinking of each section really ends up being 1/10 of the whole garden. And if we think about that, we have 2/5 and we're dividing it by 4. And we can think about that as 2/5 times 1/4. This can be simplified to half. Which gives us 1/10 of the whole garden, right? This is what we're splitting up the acreage into 4 pieces. 2/5 divided into 4 is 1/10. And we have our picture to prove it. All right, here we have Gordon pours 4/9 quarts of milk from a pitcher equally into 4 mugs. The people in this book really love some milk, don't they? So we are doing 4/9 divided by 4, 4/9. This is what we have. And we're dividing it into 4 mugs, right? So we can think of it as a picture. Here's my 9s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here are 4 of them. So each person gets, right, 1/9. Or if we could think about that as using our reciprocal, 4/9 times 1/4 of 4/9. 4/9 divided by 4. This is 1. Yay, it becomes 1/9, right? Find the amount in 3 mugs. So 4/9 divided now by 3, which is equal to 4/9 times 1/3. 1/3 of 4/9. Oh, I cannot simplify anything in here. I get 4/27. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, sorry. It is right, because we're still splitting up the 4/9 into thirds. All right, let's see. Some more word problems here. This one was a little bit longer than I first anticipated. Calvin buys 3/5 pounds of ground beef. He divides the beef into 6 equal portions. Find the weight of one portion. So 3/5 divided. Oh, I see what was happening back here. This was not if we took the same in 3 mugs, but if one mug is 1/9, 1/9 times 3 equals 3/9, or 1/3 of a quart, right? I was thinking you were taking that 4/9 and dividing it, but you were just taking 3 of the 4 mugs. Woof! Miss Brewster didn't read that very carefully. All right. 3/5 of ground beef. He divides it into 6 equal portions. 3/5 divided by 6. Right? We can think of that as 3/5. We want 1/6 of it. This is half. 1 times 1 is 1. 5 times 2 is 10. So each portion weighs 1/10. So 4 portions weigh 4/10, which is equal to 2/5 a pound. 2/5 ibbles. So I always think ibbles is such a weird abbreviation for pounds, but there's probably a story behind it that I don't know. All right. Devin buys a plot of land with 6 square kilometers. He divides the land equally into 4 smaller plots. What is the total area of 3 of the smaller plots of land? So here our whole equation is 5/6 divided by 4 times 3, right? Here's my land. I divide it here. I want 3 of those pieces of land. So I'm going to do 5/6 times a fourth. What is a fourth of the land, or divided into 4 pieces? Each piece is 1/4, right? Nothing to simplify. 5 times 1 is 5. 6 times 4 is 24. Times 3 over 1 here. Here I can simplify. 3 and 24 have 3 in common. That's 8. 5 times 1 is 5. 8 times 1 is 8. So 3 of the parts of land are 5/8 of the land. 5/8 of a kilometer. Kilometer squared. Kilo squared. Even more of them. What? Yay! All right. Sandra has 5 foot length of canvas. She cuts the canvas into pieces that are 1/4 long. How many pieces will she has? All right. Well, she has her 5. Here's 1 foot into 4. That's 4 pieces. So that times 5, she's going to have 20 pieces total. Or 5 divided by 1/4, which is equal to 5 times 4 over 1, which is 5 times 4. All right. Aiden uses 1/4 bucket of water to bucket 1/4 of the water in a bucket to water 1 potted plant. How many potted plants can Aiden water with 3 full buckets of water? Well, let's see. Here's his bucket. 1, 2, 3. So each bucket, there's 4 plants. So 4 times 3 buckets is 12 total plants, or 1/4 divided. Oh, damn it. 3 divided into 1/4, which is equal to 3 times 4 over 1, which is equal to 12. Right? Because I was thinking we were dividing the 1/4 divided by 3, but then I was like, no. We are dividing the buckets into fourths. We're not dividing the fourths. Always think about what you're dividing, right? Mrs. Carter needs 1/2 meter of cloth to make a pillowcase. How many pillowcases can she move with 5 meters? So she's taking her 5 and she's dividing that by 1/2, which is equal to 5 times 2 over 1, which is 10. We can think about that. Well, if I split 5 into halves, I'm going to end up with 10 pieces. All right, come back for practice 7.